Sure.
You asked for this! Yes! How'd you like that? Ready?
Let's make this. How can I help? It was less of a dream and more of a vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not. Are you wondering why we shared the vision? Or why we even received it in the first place? To the first, I can only repeat the answer that the Council gave us. Our fates are linked, and for two as strong as we are in the Force, that amounts to a near-physical bond. As to the second, I truly don't have an answer for you. The Force works as it will, and perhaps we should be grateful for what we've been given. I don't know. Believe me, I certainly don't find the prospect of being joined to you enjoyable in any fashion. The Force often seems to cause events that bend the laws of probability, especially with those that are strongly affiliated with it. In this respect, you and I will simply have to become accustomed to such convenience. We are the tools of the Force, and we will do as it wills. The Force does not compel obedience. You have a destiny, but the choices you make along it are ultimately your own. What would you like to know? Perhaps because we desired to. Perhaps because they came to this planet and were strong enough in the Force to leave a trace. And what else should we dream about except that which is most important to our fate? We dreamed about Revan and Malak either because we were meant to or because we needed to. There is no other way to look at it. I have no idea. It was obviously important, however. That is why we must investigate this further. With luck, we will. I would rather not rely on such visions to guide us. But when we have so little else to go on, and the galaxy hangs in the balance... And are you so certain that it is not you in my dreams? I see. That is most likely vanity speaking, for I am not certain myself. Regardless, our fates are linked. The vision was no doubt meant for us both. As you wish. You really should return our thoughts to business anyway.
Ready?
What can I do?
Oh! Yes? Yes?
I'm here.
Achuta, Unga kunbin. Unga diho Unga kun hankari. Wana kun bez ching muchashat bakam. Kiye no ta kunjus takniki grabul mogo. Kachichu ita mo Dunga. Jetu badawana nidi bobo. Donga bung. Unga diho Unga kun hankari. Wana kun bez ching baka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno bam tong hai kwam ji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Unga diho Unga kun hankari. Wana kun bez ching balamule tungking baluda. Tugning chatukune uleraves. Ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno Ronda dijo donga kun hunkabi. Wana kun be kachi kun ita donga. Iking kun opa mulerachi kun. Ronda dijo donga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palam kachi kun ita donga. Iking kun opa mulerachi kun. Ronda dijo donga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunki. Mucho shot bakant. Kie no nama paule rachikun.
Sure.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here. Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handed standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handed to the prison he belongs in? So, what do you want to know? Well, I was out hunting Iriaz south of here, and I saw one over by the bridge. The sun was pretty much right behind it, though, so I couldn't see it none too clearly. I shot, and when I came over here, I found Handed standing over the body, holding his side. There wasn't an Iriaz in sight. I think he might have taken it. Calder must have been hunting it himself, because there was a rifle lying close to the body. Bullock's got that now. Mine, too. I want that back. So, what do you want to know? I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Iriaz. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those cat hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot and pow! It went down. But when I come over here, there's Handed standing over the body and the Iriaz was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with this, so can I go now? So, what do you want to know? Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So, what do you want to know? Right.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead. And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day. How can I be of further assistance? Well, actually, I didn't see anything. I was over across the bridge. I heard a shot and came over. I can tell you I was sure surprised to see Calder's body lying there. I just got here when I saw Rickard coming out of the rocks holding his blaster. I was terrified. I had no idea what he was going to do, so I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave. Master Baluk came out here with his droid and started questioning us. I think he really doesn't understand what's going on. I hope that you'll be able to make a more informed decision and get me out of here soon. I have things I have to do. How can I be of further assistance? I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there. Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say. Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned it. How can I be of further assistance? Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Greetings, Padawan. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Caldernetic, Ricard Lusov, and Handan Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require? My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Iriars are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Akupa Chekopa? Gino Mule. Lunga di Hotonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ta kun just Miki Grabelmogo. Kachichu ita Bodunga. Tolobang Jedobadawana Nidibobo. Tong Nabungsha Nununya. Tong Patukashmak Tong Haitwam Jiji Jum Lumpa. Nita Poe Tikito. Dolpa da Bonqualeo Gandona Chuchu Muchashat Pakat. Qui no nama paole. Akupa Chekopa? Gino Mulera Kimpaija Kislimo Podwama? Tong Haitwam Jiji Jum Lumpa. Nita Poe Tikito. Dolpa da Bonqualeo Gandona Chuchut. Kachichu ita kunjus Miki Grabelmogo. Kachichu ita Bodunga. Kachikun ita Hodonga. Ikin kuno Bamun. Muchashat Pakat. Kieno no nama paole Rachikun.
How can I be of further assistance? I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be of further assistance? Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. How can I be of further... Of course.
So, what do you want to know? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slimeball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. Right.
Is there any other information you need? The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? My preliminary analysis of the body. Is there... Very well.
So, what do you want? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right.
Is there any other information you need? Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. We slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. How can I be of further assistance? Knock his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. I hope you don't find that incriminating. You know, normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Nettick, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I was just out running, Of course.
Aku pace. Runda di hodonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching pala ka chi kun ita hodonga. Iking runda di hodonga kun honkabi. Wana kun... Aku... Ta kun just miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita hodonga. Tolbabank, waleo ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulet muchashat pa kant. Kiyino no dam.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? Of course.
So, what do you want to know? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. Right.
Is there any other information you need? I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Ako pa, check ko ba? Ronda diho tonga kun hanggabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungki ka chikun ida donga. Iking kuno ba muchashat bakat.
Is there any other information you need? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? Of course.
Tong abom siya umina. Wanga kumbis king balemura. Ronda diho tonga kun hangka. Ako pa, check ko ba? Gino mo. Ronda diho tonga kun hanggabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukun mule rabes.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jeda ba the wana nidi bobo? Tong nabung siya ninunya ta kung just tak miki grabel moglo. Kachichu itabo dunga. Tolo. Ronda diho tonga kun hanggabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunotek. Tong abong siya umina. Wanga kun bez king. Ta kung just tak miki grabel moglo. Kachichu itabo dunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Moga siya ponga. Kachikun ita donga. Iking ronda diho donga kun hanggabi. Wana kun be. Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita po e tikito. Dolpa da bonk wale oganda.
Damn both of you.
Ta kung just tak miki grabel moglo. Kachichu itabo dunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Moga siya ponga. Kachikun ita donga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita po e tikito. Dolpa da bonk wale o.
Well done. I'm impressed. I'm not sure I could have done as well.
Achuta. Wonga kun bis dolpi kikugoyana. Tong patugas maktelea.